Nothing like cold tea on a warm day in the pampas. Quenches thirst, peps you up, gives you that relaxed feeling. Here.
Are you going to sell these horses?
Not Chili Contrani. Chili's grandma once won the sweepstakes for me and saved the mortgage.
Isn't it quiet out here? Not a human being or a house in sight.
Yes, quiet and harmless, like a day nursery. And you had to lie and run away from me. Why?
I should think you could guess, Mike.
Diane.
No, please. Let me go, Mike. Oh, my darling.
You see, there's nothing to run away from, is there?
No. Just then when you kissed me, you and I reached high above the earth. I don't know where, but we were all alone together where nobody else will ever be.
We're going to settle down up there.
Right in the sun, where we can feel it beating down into us.
However you spell it, it's love. Whether there's sun, or moon, or rain.
On the boat. Did you really know so soon?
I've known about somebody like you ever since I could think. When did you know?
I never thought about anybody like you. So I guess it must have been the minute I saw you.
You're going to see me from now on, Mrs. Mike Bradley.
Oh, Mike. Now I know that's what I've wanted to hear you say. But I've never dared let myself think about it.
What have you dared think about?
Everything. Your arms around me. Everything except being Mrs. Bradley.
Why?
Because perhaps I'm that kind of a girl.
You're going to tell me about some dark, silly past that doesn't concern you and me. If that's so, I hope you won't want me to start in.
No. I'm going to tell you about the present.
There's no present except you and me.
There's another man. I've promised to marry him.
That's the man I said was behind your eyes?
Yes, but you don't see him there now, do you?
No. And I've forgotten he was ever there.
I can't just forget that way.
I know.
But I've never really known anything until you put your arms around me. You see, I thought I loved him, Mike. He's gentle, honest, dear. And I owe him everything. This trip. I even owe him you.
Well, you got to write him a letter right away.
No, I've got to go back and tell him face to face.
No, that's only an unnecessary ordeal.
It wouldn't be fair if I didn't. You see, he didn't run out on me, and I couldn't run out on him. If I see him myself, I can make him understand. We couldn't be happy any other way, could we, Mike?
I suppose not. You've got to go back and tell him. But Diane, darling, please hurry back. Lovering, here's your landing card.
Thank you.
This gangway, please.
Diane.
Richard.
Darling. Oh, my dear darling.
How are you, Richard?
Here, let me look at you. Why, it's almost worth letting you go away just for this moment. Come on, let's get out of this crowd. I've got the cart outside.
What about the customs?
Oh, I've attended to all that. You've got the courtesy of the port. This way, darling. Well, Diane, home at last.
Yes,
Dad,
of course.
sometimes I had a strange, terrible feeling that you wouldn't come back. Well, did you have a good time?
Yes.
Nice crowd on the boat?
Why, yes.
You're tired, aren't you?
No.
Maybe a little excited about getting back.
Well, I've so many things to tell you, I don't know where to begin.
Considering that I'm never going to let you out of my sight again, you have the rest of your life to tell me everything.
But, Richard, I want to tell you something, well.
I don't want to hear a thing. Not till you see what I've got for you.
What is it?
Here. It's your welcome home present.
It's a wedding ring.
Take a look at this morning's paper and see what you think. Listen. Shipping magnate divorced. Mrs. Richard I. Field, wife of Field Line Head, now in Reno.
Oh, no. No, Richard.
True, dear. We had it all out shortly after you left. She saw that it was the only way.
You can't do this.
Oh, but it's all right. She recognizes there's nothing between her and me anymore. She's an honest person, Diane. So, it's all settled. Darling, we can be together always, now?
Always?
Well, what's the matter? Don't you believe it yet?
Well, it's just something I never counted on.
At one time, I never even dared to hope for it.
You've given up your family, your home, and your children. You must love me very much.
Your being away showed me I loved you more than I ever knew. Every hour empty. Couldn't do a thing downtown. Just wondering about you and what you were doing. Waiting for you to come back.
Am I really that much of your world?
You're all of my world. If I ever lost you now, I'd... Well, we don't even think of that.
No. We mustn't think about that ever again.
No. What was it you wanted to tell me?
Nothing. Nothing important. Richard,
Yes, dear?
when are we going to be married?
Here, Pablo, walk him till he cools off. And no water till sundown.
Si, senor.
Is there anything fine? Hey, Johnny.
Yeah?
Mail come in yet?
Yeah, sure. It's a letter from New York in small feminine handwriting. You know, it looks awfully thin to me.
Shut up and hand it over. It's her first letter.
Why, Mike. Mike, what's the matter?
Nothing very much. No. Really nothing at all. It just seems there was a first-class chump in the Argentine. His name's Mike Bradley.
You mean...
I mean the works. She's taking a run-out powder. She's married that guy in New York.
Oh, gee, that's tough, Mike. It looks like all women are the same, doesn't it?
Yeah. Only most of them aren't so frank in admitting they're only out to make a sap out of a man.
Well, I never dreamed it about her. It's brutal.
Sure, everything seems brutal when you're on the loser's end of it. But I guess I'm well out of that one.
Oh, how does a dame like that figure things anyway? Can't she recognize a real guy when she sees one?
That's not the point. She's got what she wants. She'll live up there in New York, spending her days buying furs and diamonds to show off in the evening at nightclubs. Probably her husband's a good guy, too. Just another sap. Only he doesn't know it yet.
Is there anything I can do about it, fella?
Sure. If I ever go up to New York again, keep reminding me that Don Juan and Casanova had the only real slant on women. Love 'em and leave 'em.
This way, please. Cash, please, Miss Brown. Good morning, Mrs. Fields. We haven't seen you since you and Mr. Fields returned from your honeymoon.
No, we've been on Long Island this fall, but we've been in town all winter.
Anything I can do for you, Mrs. Fields?
I'm looking for a pair of skis. Mr. Field and I are going to Lake Placid for a couple of weeks.
You'll find them on the third floor, Mrs. Fields. Take
Thank
the
you.
elevator straight ahead.
Excuse me. Where's your gun department? I want to buy a rifle.
The second
Mike.
Thanks.
Mike.
Well, hello. Fancy meeting you in your own hometown. How are you, Diane? This is a surprise.
Yes. How long have you been in New York?
I don't know. 2 or 3 weeks
Where are you stopping?
at the Westmoreland.
I'm my car outside. Can I drop you anywhere?
No, thanks. I think I'll walk.
All right. How's Johnny? Been well and happy?
Sure.
You look pretty well.
I can't complain.
I'm glad, Mike.
So am I. Now, what are you doing? Buying the store out?
No, just window shopping. I'm afraid I've got to run along. I'm supposed to be at the Club Savoy for luncheon.
Well, Diane, keep up the good luck. And I'll tell Johnny I saw you.
Mike, couldn't we go someplace and talk?
Sure. Providing you can break that date and have lunch with me.
That's all right.
Providing you let me pick the place.
Any way you say, Mike.
Guess that's fair enough, isn't it?
Oh, I do so want to talk to you.
Sure. I know a neat little joint just about a block away from here.
The luncheon, it was satisfactory, Mrs.
Excellent, Felix. And I like your little private dining room. A nice, intimate feature that New York should have borrowed from Paris long ago.
Quite so, monsieur. Quiet and, as you say, intimate. Liqueur, madame?
No, thank you.
No?
No, mind.
Anything else?
No.
Very good.
Well, Mrs. Field.
First time you called me that.
Okay, it's the last. But while we're on it, how's it working out?
Why, splendidly.
For you and for him, both.
Why, of course.
That's fine. How's his health?
Why, he's... Do I really deserve that much, Mike?
I'm sorry. If you felt that was below the belt, I didn't mean it.